I was a film and TV nerd as a kid. I used to, I love the industry. My family, friends will say, just do something else, just quit. You tried. Nothing is easy in this industry.
Right.
I don't think there's anything, there's nothing just comes to you. There's no overnight success. We are still very much in self-tape land these days, which again does open up a lot more opportunities as well. I think casting directors tend to see a lot more people nowadays with tape.
I'm okay with any reasons except like for the acting. Like, I mean, that's on me, right? But like, look, if I don't get casted because of the looks, because I'm too short, that's my skin color or whatever, that's okay. I'll take it because I can't control that.
You can do about
that. But you control your acting and that's on you, right? Like being natural, make sure that you look authentic, you're raw, that you're able to, open up your instruments and, reach these emotional places when they are being called for. Practicing, There's only one way to get better. It's just to keep on doing it until you fucking figure it out.
Absolutely.
Man. You know what I mean?
Practice. There's no such thing as luck. Like, luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
We're back, guys, with another episode of A Breakthrough, and I have a very special guest for you guys today. I know we had some issues trying to get him on, but he finally made some time, and we're here. We got him. Andrew Webster, everyone. How's it going, Andrew?
Not bad at all. Thanks so much for having me.
Dude, anytime, and honestly, it's such a pleasure to have you. It's an honor to just have you here on our show. And
thanks. Yeah, sorry it took so long to nail it
down. Oh, no, that's fine. No, honestly, like it's just I'm glad, if anything, that we made it work. It's great that we had it. It's a long time coming. So I was very excited to have you on the show. Like since the Oscar party that we went to. I mean, I think everyone is excited also like to hear the knowledge and the things that you've learned and kind of just like share with the world.
Sure.
Things that we've
happy to talk about the business. Yeah,
love it.
So it's always good to give back. And
absolutely. So just before we get things up and running, you did mention that this is your first podcast. Have you been on one before?
Actually, I did do one podcast once before a couple of years ago, but
nice.
I'm not too used to this kind of thing. I'm used to being behind the scenes.
Yes, it rarely happens where you're in front of the stuff.
Agents notoriously we like to sort of stay behind the scenes.
That makes sense. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, man. So just like take us through your, I guess like the early ages of you starting as an agent. I know you worked in a couple agencies before you started yours, Andrew Webster Talent. Just like also like maybe take us even further back when you were in Australia, right? Before that?
England.
Okay, sorry. So when you were in England and then you came here and then, just start like from England and what happened and how did this whole agency come together? And
how long have we got? It's been quite the journey as I think a lot of people in the industry, it is a journey. It's the long game. I essentially, I'm from England, born and raised. I started out initially on the camera side of things back in the UK.
Okay.
I worked on Teletubbies for a while. It was a fun one.
Teletubbies. Are you serious?
Yeah. I was a camera operator and a
the actual Teletubbies, like the actual show?
Yeah. Yeah, I worked on that for a little
hilarious,
while.
Man.
It was pretty surreal getting on that one.
That's crazy.
It's pretty wild. Yeah, I've got a couple of stories there. I'm not sure how much we can talk about.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty wild experience. So I used to do camera work, and when I first moved to Vancouver in 2002, was the year I moved here, and just the industry was pretty bad. My dad, I'll go back a little more than that. So I actually first came to Vancouver in 98 and I went to BCIT.
Okay.
So I studied there for a couple of years, did a television broadcast program.
Interesting.
My dad, the connection there was that my dad had been here in the 60s,
right?
And he had helped set up that program in the 60s because my dad was in the film and TV biz back in the UK,
right?
Again, doing more camera, and then started getting into some directing, live television. Worked with the Beatles and the Rolling Stones on some live, early pop shows in the UK.
Nice.
So he was a colorful character and had some good stories. So that was kind of the connection, really. He lived in Vancouver, told me what a beautiful place it was, and I kind of followed in his footsteps a little bit and just wanted to travel. And so I studied at BCIT, did my 2 years there.
Nice.
And then when I went back to the UK, it was a 2-year student visa, so I had to go back to the UK. But I'd fallen in love with Vancouver already, so I knew I wanted to come back. And and that's when I started doing camera work. And I thought that was my path at the time, was camera. I enjoyed framing and
Right. So when you,
lighting.
when you say camera work, like just like being the camera guy?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, just being a camera guy. And again, it was kid shows. The company I used to work for would do
Nice.
kid shows, documentaries. We had a soap opera, like a British daytime
Right.
doctors soap opera.
I love it.
So yeah, just doing sort of camera work on those kind of programs.
That's so funny.
And yeah, that was the path. And then, but I knew Vancouver was the destination. So I, got my papers to come and work and live here officially. Landed in February the 6th, 2002 was the date. It was,
Wow.
I think you'll always remember the date you
Yes.
kind of landed officially in another country as a resident of that
Yeah,
country.
yeah. It's it's often like we remember those dates more than our actual birthdays, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I can't even remember my wife's phone number. But yeah.
I remember the day we came here. At least I came here. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember the date I landed. See it into the memory. So yeah, I came over and obviously thought camera was the path, and so I started hustling at the time, looking for camera opportunities.
Right.
And I just couldn't get anything.
Right.
I think the industry at that time wasn't looking too good. It was sort of, I think.
Right. How do you even get that? Like, do you just go on sets and you market yourself like, hey, I'm a camera guy? Like,
Yeah. I would
How
just
do you- how-
look
how would-
around.
yeah.
I guess internet existed. I guess back then.
Right.
So I'd do some research. The
Right.
one book which was my Bible at the time, and I'm not sure if it still exists. But it was called the Real West Digest. Have you seen that? Have you heard of that?
No.
I'm not sure if it's still
You're
around.
gonna feel like Yellow Pages or something. But
It kind of is like a Yellow Pages for the film industry.
right.
And
Interesting.
so I had this book, and it was sort of this thick, and I would, flick through there and see what companies were around, and I would just kind of
Right.
blindly apply to
Interesting.
so many different companies. And after a few months of not getting anywhere whatsoever on that side of things,
Right.
again, I was in a new country. I had to pay some bills still,
Right.
some rent.
100%,
You
yeah,
got to
yeah.
do what you got to do. And so I was forced to see what else was out there. And I just, had a real hard think about it. Thought, all I knew was that I wanted to stay within the film and TV industry. Like I was a film and TV nerd as a kid. I used to, I loved the industry. So I just knew that I wanted to stay in the industry. Otherwise, I kind of opened myself up to any possibility within the industry. And again, so I had this big ass book, the Real West Digest, and I would go through it. Every single type of job within the industry was in there.
Right.
Like animal handling for film. No.
You name it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything was there. Catering. No, I mean, I love food, but no. And then
So
I kind
funny.
of hit the talent agency section. This is how I got into it, honestly.
So in that book, there was a talent agency section in there. Okay.
Absolutely. And it listed all
Interesting.
the companies, all the agencies that did background, that did principal.
Interesting.
The
I wonder what that book is. Is that still around? It would be handy.
I don't think it is. I think maybe
Yeah,
there
now
could
we
be
have,
an
like, social
online.
media, yeah.
Maybe there's an online resource. I think the name is still there. I believe there could be a website.
Right.
But I don't think the book exists anymore.
Yeah.
It'd be worth something if someone's got one.
The predecessor,
Yeah.
Year and a half or something, yeah.
So yeah, that's how I kind of then fell into the talent agency side. That was my beginning then of just saying,
Right.
I think that could be something I would enjoy. I enjoy people.
Right.
And acting. I never did any myself. Did some drama at school, but back in the day. But a little light bulb moment sort of went off, and I
Right.
thought
Yeah.
that could be something for me.
That could be good,
and
yeah,
So then
yeah.
I wrote to every single agency that was listed in the book.
All of them. I love it.
There were a few, there were maybe
Yeah.
about 100 or so companies listed in there at the time.
Yeah.
I wrote to every single one. Probably back in the day, it was
Yeah.
probably hard copy,
Right.
letter, put it in the mail,
I love it.
sent it to everyone. And there was one guy, bless him, one guy got back to me, and he had a background company that was established at the
Nice.
time, and
Wow.
he was looking to set up a principal division. of
Wow.
the company.
Okay. You got a hook. It's good.
I got a hook. Yeah, I went fishing, and that was my one bite. Yeah, sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes I don't know, over 100 applications to get one person to say yes. But
It's a numbers game.
yeah,
in
it
this
is.
industry.
Like,
for
this
sure.
industry too. It's the same thing.
100%.
It's no different. Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, I got my bite, and I
love it.
interviewed he gave me the job, even though I had zero experience.
He's like, you know what, you're in.
You're in. I think it was the accent.
Yeah,
Honestly, He's
the
like,
accent
okay,
got you
he's
in.
like
It's like, yeah,
English.
that exotic British accent.
Yeah,
I got,
he must know what he's doing.
yeah.
But I didn't.
The accent, like, yeah, I guess like the way you carried yourself with your accent, like, oh, you must be professional. Like, he's very well spoken and like,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean?
People are going to take him seriously.
Right? Yeah.
So anyway, so I got the job, and but I didn't know what I was doing, and
Right.
so I had to do it the hard way. And I had to
Right.
just
Figure it out by yourself.
figure it out,
I
and do
love
the
it.
work.
Yeah.
And so he gave me certain resources.
Right.
And
Did
gave me
he himself knew that already too, or he was also like relatively new to this too?
Yeah, relatively new to that side of it. So he had a background division, and that was established,
Yeah.
but he didn't have a principal speaking side, so it was
Right.
fairly new for him. So it was basically
You both like we're trying to learn,
trying to
this
figure it
thing.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
He
love
sort
it.
of gave me the keys and said, "Here's the office space, and these are the websites to use, and this is gave me some advice." But
Yeah.
ultimately, it was just figuring it out.
Wow. So that was like back in 2003, 2002. you
That
said?
was in 2000. Yeah, probably like late 2002, early 2003.
Right.
Probably around that time. And,
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so I saw every single actor who applied to the agency for representation. I brought every single person in.
Yep.
And so maybe similar to this, we had a little camcorder and we had some sides, and
Right.
I would put them on camera, and I
Right.
would give them ask them to do a monologue, and then I would
Or
throw
something,
some
yeah.
or a scene. I'd read a scene with them.
Right. So what were you looking for at the time, I guess, since you were relatively new to this? Like, were you trying to find something like, oh, okay, that seems genuine. That seems good.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's a good question. I
Right.
really don't know what I didn't know what to look for at the time.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why I saw every single person who came in just
Right.
to see, well, like what
I love it. That's so
what was a
funny.
fit for me? Like, what did I think at the time
Yeah.
was good?
Yeah.
What was good acting? What did I connect with? Did I believe them? Did I feel something? Did I cry over their monologue?
Right.
Whatever it
Did you
was.
get affected? Yeah.
Was I affected by it? And so I think I saw it was over 800 people in a span of around 10 months.
Wow.
Damn, because I had
That's
to.
crazy.
I
That's
had
a
to
lot of
build
people.
A roster, yeah. And so I saw them all,
Holy
and
shit.
I handpicked.
So you saw them all one by one, literally all 800 of them. Crazy.
I think it was every. What was it? It was maybe every Friday. I had a day that I do auditions, so every Friday.
done them all in one day.
Yeah,
and,
not like one after the other. Stagger people in.
Yeah.
Do a bunch of
in a marathon. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little marathon. It was. Yeah, I was incredible. Yeah, I don't know how I got through all that.
Yeah. So I can think about it. Like,
And,
that was a lot. I had a
yeah.
lot of times back then. Like,
It was, it was pretty wild. It was like the Wild West.
yeah. It's like the
For
Wild West.
myself, anyway, just figuring out what worked, what didn't. So I took on, I guess, maybe the top 30 or 40 actors out of those 800 that I believed in at the time, and I thought would work. And then I went to work and started trying to get them out there and hustle and get them auditions. And,
Nice. Nice.
So that was the beginning.
Wow.
And
I love what a way to start. Like, I love it, man. Like, this shows like just hardship and dedication, and just like it pays off. Like, just if you keep on working, hard work and stuff like that, right? So
it's the grind. Anyone in this industry, I think, who succeeds, is just that you have to hustle. And it's
also, like, I think something that doesn't get a lot of attention, I guess, or doesn't get spoken of a lot too. I mean, we often like hear grind as an actor, but also like even the behind the camera guys, like the agents, and I mean, they probably grind and hustle as much as we do. So like, again, it doesn't get like a lot of attention because like, oh, that's just like the actors are grinding. Well, I mean, the agents too. Like,
no, absolutely.
we all want to career and get actors on that, but it's as equally important and relevant for the agents as it is for the actors.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. It's like we all have to hustle, and it's team play. Like in this, actors need agents need actors. It's all about creating a team and both all sides hustling equally. For me, that's where success comes from.
True.
For myself and my clients, when they're hustling, when I'm hustling, that's when we can find success.
Love it.
But
Love it. So from there, like, how did we go to Andrew Webster Talent?
Good question. There's a whole so that was a next part of the journey. So after I guess roughly a year of hustling there and finding my top 30 or 40 clients,
Right.
I I guess had an epiphany of a realization slap in the face
Right.
of how long it takes, usually for most actors and agents,
Right.
to get established.
True.
And to really start a career. It takes a
You,
long
you were
time.
doing the math in your head at this point. Like, that's gonna take a lot of
At
years.
this point, I started because I was so naive, which
Right.
is good. Otherwise, maybe I wouldn't
Yeah,
have even started.
yeah.
But at the time, I was so naive that I thought, yeah, I can do this within a year. I'll be making X amount of money and
Right.
this and that. I'll have a client lead on a show. And
Right.
then the reality hit in.
Right. It's not always like nice and pretty like that.
It's not always, it doesn't happen like that. There's the rare occasion, but it doesn't usually happen like that. So then, reality kicked in. I still had bills to pay.
Right.
I was pretty much commission based only, which as an agent we are.
Gotcha.
And so again, I'm like, something's got to give. I need to pay the bills. I need to make some money. And
Right. Was it the same casting at the time too? Like, or did they change?
it's quite different now. Yeah,
It's different. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the
quite
same.
different. Not at all. To be honest, I'm not sure. There's possibly one casting director locally that was doing it then, who are still active now.
Okay.
I think everyone else either has completely changed or
Moved
it
on to
was the
something else.
assistant of that
person.
casting director back then. Now came.
Got
Now
it.
they're casting.
Interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely been quite a shift in that time.
Nice. No,
But it's
I would imagine like it's been over 20 years, right? So yeah.
Yeah. And again, things like we would do self-tapes. It's bigger now than it was then in many ways, but we would do self-tapes for anything outside of Vancouver.
Right.
Vancouver, our clients would get seen locally.
Right.
But anything shooting outside of Vancouver, we would have to tape. So we would be taping on big VHS machines and we would get the audition down, and then we would be FedExing or mailing the hard copy VHS tape of all the clients from the agency to Toronto.
That's so true. Yeah.
That's how we did it.
Yeah. We didn't have WeTransfer, did we? Yeah.
No, we transfer. I know things have gotten a lot easier.
Yeah. VHS. Like you have to literally go to the post office and mail it out.
That's right.
Wow. That's so crazy.
When submitting, I would have to print off. I would do a submission list, and I would print that off, and I would fax that submission list to the casting office.
Crazy.
That's how I was doing it back in the day.
Holy smokes. That's damn. Okay.
I'm old.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like, it amazes me. Like, like back then, like, back in these early 2000s where like, it's true, like we didn't have like these, like, Google Drive and WeTransfer and like Dropbox or whatever, where you can just like send it like, instantly to the person and they get it within minutes. You had to literally get your ass up, go to the post office and mail the VHS cassette.
Get a VHS cassette.
For every single person, I guess, right? Like
for every project. So we would have for one project.
That's very tedious.
We would have all the clients that were right, that we thought were right. We would put them on tape.
Yeah.
And then say, hey, send the VHS tape to casting for a particular episode or a particular movie.
Wow.
Of all our clients auditioning for it.
Yeah. We don't see much VHS stuff anymore. Although in my last trailer, there was a TV with a VHS system built in it. I guess they haven't upgraded the trailer in a long time.
Maybe it must have been an old
trailer. Were they really expecting me to bring a VHS cassette and like put something on while I work out my lines or something?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
like a Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it must be an old trailer.
Yeah. I mean, it's just some trailers have not gotten touched in a long time. So, okay. So from there, did it shortly happen where you kind of just branched out? You just said to the guy.
So again, at that point, I realized something had to change, and so I thought, I have some experience now. I have some clients now that potentially would come with me, because I think it was also becoming apparent there he wasn't the owner. They're not around these days, but I think even the background company sort of went down after a while. Like they didn't fully push through. So I think I was starting to see the writing on the wall that
it wasn't
there wasn't a future at this company. So with that in hand, I'm like, okay, I have my 30, 40 clients that I've discovered and I'm developing and have some experience now.
Yeah.
Still quite naively thinking probably I totally know what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Looking back, not at all.
Yeah. 100%. Also, like I would imagine like if I'm not an agent myself, but if I were like, I would think like if I worked on an agency and I had 30, 40 people who were with me for a little while, what kind of person would I be if I just told them like, hey, all right, so I'm piecing out. You guys do whatever you want on this. But I don't know. It's just like, I feel like, maybe this is kind of like how Is that how you felt a little bit, where you felt like you spent some time trying to, like, develop them?
Yeah.
Where you felt like, like there are some unfinished business with some of them,
Yeah,
where,
absolutely.
I feel like you saw potential and we're not
100%.
quite there yet, right?
100%. Yeah. No, you're right. There's, several out of those clients, maybe quite a few of them looking, at the time, I thought absolutely they have what it takes. There's a lot of potential here. And,
Right.
I wanted to continue all the work I'd done. I was enjoying it, even though I wasn't making money at the time. I was still enjoying, what it was to be an agent and working with actors and getting them opportunities and the negotiating, like all of that I enjoyed and still do.
Right.
So at that point I then wrote to what I'd figured out were the kind of the top 3 or 4, like the big guns in town. Which again were some similar to what are around now, but there are a couple of differences as well.
Right.
Things have changed. So I wrote to 3 or 4 of the top ones. Again, silence for a while. And then at that point, I really, my family, friends were all saying, just do something else, just quit. You tried.
Yeah. Just give it a shot.
Give it a,
What do you have to lose?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I thought, you know what, I've put in time and effort into it. I do genuinely enjoy it. And I really kind of stuck to that sort of tenet of, it's something I enjoy, and why not do something in your life that you enjoy doing?
True.
Which a lot of people, unfortunately, don't do.
Yeah.
So, even if the times are tough, at least you're doing something what you enjoy doing.
I agree.
It kind of gets you through those times.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like stick around with something that you don't really. I mean, funny enough, I did have like an engineering degree when I was in Quebec, so I studied engineering for a while, and I did that. But I also I realized quickly enough that I wasn't really enjoying working in the field. Like, it wasn't for me, and it's not about the money I was making. I was making good money. That was not the problem. It was just not. I just couldn't see myself doing this forever. You know what I'm saying? So like. And I totally agree. Like, I feel like if anyone's watching right now and you have like anything that you're working, you're doing, and you're not really enjoying it, then obviously stop doing it. Like, you should be like having this conversation with yourself and be like, okay, do I see myself like keeping on doing this, or like should I try something else that is going to provide it's going to fulfill my life a little more.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but for your case, you love this, which is great.
I do. Yeah. Like I did, and I continue to love the industry and being an agent and working with actors. It's not easy, but I always loved it. So I decided, even though the money wasn't there and I could have just quit and got a bar job, done some serving just to finally make some money.
Right.
I just said, no, I need to stick with it.
Yeah.
That was my instinct.
Yeah.
And so I did. And just kept pushing. And then again, luckily one person got back to me from that latest mail out.
Right.
To the top.
So you sent a massive email to all your clients, be like, hey, this is what's happening. This is the plan. Who's on board? For
sure. I think so.
Right.
Yeah, I think at the time, I can't really remember, but it probably would have been saying, hey, look, I've managed to get in there with another company. So I did. I got offered a position at one of the bigger agencies at the time.
Cool. Nice.
And so, I managed to move over. I think I brought on most of the clients. Maybe there are a couple that kind of fell by the wayside in that transition,
that's normal,
which is normal and happens.
Yeah.
But I think I took most of those clients with me. And then I went to work for this other company. And that's really then where I started to learn a lot more, because there were some seasoned agents there that I could really then look up to and ask questions to, which I didn't have previously.
Right. Yeah.
And so that was nice.
Because it was just you and the guy at the time, right?
Yeah, and pretty much just me. He wasn't in the office really. He was
just doing his thing,
his company, but
right.
It was just me running the show.
Crazy. So what was he doing then? Like,
I don't know. I really don't know. His girlfriend ran the background side of things, and I was running the principal side of things.
Did you ever see the guy? Like, did he pop into the office every now and then?
Yeah, he'd pop in now and again. Usually just to sort of say hello to the girlfriend.
Dude, that's hilarious, man.
Yeah, he kind of left me to my own devices, really.
I mean, look, if anything, look where it got you. It's good.
Hey, I'm so thankful to him.
Literally, yeah. I mean, thanks for not coming. And, because like I literally had to learn it all by myself, and look where it got me. So
did the grind.
Yeah.
And I think many jobs, and this one included, and you look in this industry and agents too. Like, you can't really go to school to be an agent.
No, there's no such thing. I mean, it's just, you just gotta learn it.
You just have to do it.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah,
figure it out and learn
yeah.
it. You know, traditionally in Hollywood, you started in the mail room was
Right.
the old tradition.
That's crazy.
When they had mail rooms. I'm not sure if they do really these
so
days.
funny.
And yeah, you'd be running mail back and forth, and that's how you started.
Wow. Love it, man. Love it, dude. Love it. So, how long ago after you left that agency that you started yours? Or did you
so
work?
I was there for, I believe, 3 years. I was there for 3 years. Again,
Nice.
really cut my teeth.
Right.
Learned a lot more. I'd been handed a couple of like pretty seasoned actors too that maybe were going through a bit of a dip in their career, and
Right.
you know, maybe the established agent over there
Yeah.
was like, you know, like, you know, I don't want to work with this client anymore or whatever. So they would pass them on to me, and
Right.
then
Bring them over. I'll take them.
yeah. And to me, I'd look at their resumes and their demos, and to me, these guys were stars.
Yeah.
You know, they were very talented, very established actors. So
Wow.
to me, then I put my passion behind them, which maybe had been lacking for them in a while. If their
Right.
more established agent had lost a bit of passion over them
Right.
at the time, then yeah, I kind of came in as a bit of a breath of fresh air, hopefully for them, and infuse them with a little fresh energy. And sure enough, they started doing well again. And a couple of these guys, I sort of turned their careers around a little bit.
Nice.
And they started doing well again.
Love it.
And so then I started getting a bit of a name.
Yeah.
And I guess that's really probably how it really officially started, even though, again, I'd done the groundwork.
Right.
Kind of around that time, I started getting a little bit of a name.
Nice.
Started doing the grind, started getting better clients to work with.
Right.
And so, yeah, I was there for 3 years.
Nice.
And then, again, a few things happened at the agency. There were a couple of shifts going on. And, again, I just had an idea that just the environment there wasn't quite what I thought it should be. It wasn't conducive to just good, positive workplace
Fair enough.
goings on.
Yeah.
And so I decided, again, I looked around, do I take the clients I now have and go elsewhere?
Right.
But I just decided I would just go out on my own.
Yeah.
I think I had a friend.
You know, you build a name for yourself. Like, you've got the connections. It's like it's not like you're new to this. Like, right. Yeah, I mean, it makes total sense, right? Like,
Yeah,
that you wanna,
yeah. It felt right, you know, just to sort of be my own boss finally and do it the way that I believed it was should be done. And
Right.
again, you know, without ego to get in the place, it's
Right.
You know, you shouldn't, like, everyone's different. Everyone has a different way of doing it, but I just had an idea of what good representation and management to actors should be like.
I mean, yeah, and that comes from the experience that you had. You know, this guy who left you in the office for such a long time must have like taught you a thing or two, right? So
Yeah, absolutely. You pick up little things here and there.
yeah, no, absolutely. So so talking about like Webster talent now, I guess like you've obviously like seen it evolve because you've been in the game for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like, would you say like it was a very smooth sort of a growth? Like, was it hard? Like how would you describe the journey to like where it is now?
Tough. Nothing is easy in this industry.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything. There's nothing just comes to you. There's no overnight success.
Did you find it tougher than when you were with the other agencies, or did you find it?
In some regard, just because it was all on me. You know, all of a sudden, again at the beginning.
Yes, you were one. You're the one pulling the strings.
I'm
now.
pulling all the strings.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I was doing the accounting side of it too. You know, I was cutting the checks to the clients.
Yeah.
And like there was a lot of that, which I hate doing.
Yeah, nobody likes that. Yeah.
It's one of the best things I ever did was finally get an accountant and a bookkeeper to do the payroll for the company.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But in those early days, I did all the payroll myself.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And so yeah, it was tough. It was hard going. But again, just doing the grind. I mean, I was single, so again, I could really put my time and energy into it. I'd work day and night. Just getting stuff done, going through new headshots. I would work
Love it,
crazy
man.
hours just to keep pushing through.
Yeah. That's so good, man.
Yeah.
Love it. You know, hard work and just, you know, keep on going and stuff like that. Eventually things will happen, right? Like things will come together. So let's talk about the industry now for a bit. So you've obviously like seen, you know, the industry shift in many different ways. You know, you've been there since, I don't know, the late 90s to the early 2000s. I guess, like, how would you describe the industry's ups and downs, and how did it shape to where it is now? Like, obviously, like, you know, like about a couple of years ago, we never would have thought that we would just go to self tapes. This was not, this was unconceivable. You know, we thought that, you know, we're going to go in the casting room. This is kind of like the norm. And then COVID happened, and then, you know, like next thing we know, we're just locked up and we're doing self tapes, and COVID was sort of, you know, people were over it. And then, we're still doing self tapes. We're not going back in the room. So I guess, like, you know, you must have seen like all these ups and downs, and then, what's your thoughts on the industry as a whole? Like, do you find like it grew, in a way that like it's inspiring for actors to jump in, or like did it get worse, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's certainly shifted. There's a lot of changes over the years. As you said, that really was one of the biggest shifts was COVID.
Yeah,
that we saw, and you know, obviously the whole thing about in room auditions, and then everything went to self tape. Which I think has been a blessing and a curse in many ways. You know, it's great that actors can do their own, you know, take the time to do their own tapes and auditions and get them right.
Yep.
You know, in the audition room, sometimes you'd get some time. Other times it would be pretty quick. It'd be like, do your take and thanks. Now we need to see somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, good luck.
That's kind of how it is. Yeah.
So I think there's a positive there. But on the flip side, then I think actors really have been missing that in-person connection with casting and having a reader and being there and even having a director there to be able to give feedback and direction, or even from the casting director giving some direction and working the material with you. Because the casting director has a much better idea really of the tone of the show, especially if it's a new show. You know, what really are they looking for? You know, they'll give us some insight for sure, but they know more than we do. So I think that has been something actors have really been missing, is being in that room and getting redirection and working the material.
Absolutely.
So it's been a blessing and a curse. It's, you know, we are still very much in self-tape land these days, which again does open up a lot more opportunities as well. I think casting directors tend to see a lot more people nowadays with tape than they ever did.
Did you notice that? Like the amount of like people that they see is bigger now, because I guess like because it's not taking from their own time to actually like see someone where they will have to book a slot for them and stuff like that. But just send us these.
Absolutely.
And then, so I guess like there's like pros and cons to both, obviously. Yeah. And as you said, like, you know, having that connection that you can build and that getting the redirect from the director, or even just like having someone read for you rather than just like self-taping. But on the flip side, you know, like obviously like self-taping also has its pros, where, you know, you could pretty much just do the take over and over and just send the best one. You can't do that in the audition room. No, you get can't. Like one or two take top. You're lucky if you get another take, actually. But,
exactly.
But this is it. Like whatever you bring is kind of what they're going with, right? So
do you have a preference as an actor? Like, do you?
I honestly, like, I'm kind of like, I think I prefer self-tapes, not gonna lie. Just because, not because like I have like a preference, but I feel it's just because I'm a very busy person, right? So, and it's very inconvenient for me, especially if I have like, because I'm like, I run like a business as well. I have like other things going on, and it's hard for me. So I'm like, especially when I first moved to Vancouver, I did not know that I had to just like take some time off in the day to go audition. I thought, you know, I could maybe work something out with the casting director. I'm like, hey, I'm free this time. Can we do that? I was like, no, there's no such thing. No. Like, no, this is what's happening. You're coming or you're not coming. It's just you know what I mean?
Can you make it or no?
Yeah. So I was like, and especially for people who have like 9 to 5s, and you know, if like, I mean, I was working for an engineering company when I first moved here, because you know, I was still doing that and I needed to pay bills. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just like do 9 to 5s, and you know, I'll just squeeze in my auditions when I have time.
Yep.
Little did I know that I can't do that.
Right.
And I was finding myself having to leave work, so I go audition. So now obviously that will get you in trouble over time if you keep on doing it. Like obviously no one's gonna be okay with you leaving in the middle of the day to do an audition. Like gonna be like, hey, like, are you working for us or not? Like it's just there's no like make up your mind, right?
Yeah.
So
actors would always have to find certain jobs. You know, that's why a lot of actors would
be servers and Uber drivers and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's why they pick up these kind of jobs, because it's easier to just sub for someone or just like work your own hours. So I think just considering, that's just for myself, considering like my schedule and my workload, I like it better the self-tape route. Obviously, if we were to go back to the auditioning in person, which I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does in the future, I think I would make it work with my schedule. I would like, you know, just, you know, compromise somewhere. Yeah. But just having the flexibility to be able to just do the self-tapes whenever, or like just work on this when I have time, so I can like do the other stuff too.
Sure. It's convenience.
Yeah, it's really, really important, because like I here's the thing, man. I find in this city, there's a lot of actors, and again, I mean, when I say a lot of them, not everyone. Okay, there are some actors who do, but I think it's really, really important not to make acting your whole thing. Okay, it's just like it's because if you do, that's when it gets very depressing. That's when you start to get rejections very in a very personal way, and yeah, I mean that's when things. It'll show you through acting how desperate you are. So the more you have things going on in your life, the freer you get.
True.
You know what I mean? Like when I get on audition, I'm like, okay, perfect. I'll just shoot it. Whatever happens, happens. And if I don't get it, I don't care. Like it's great. I was gonna go and shoot like a podcast or a YouTube video after this, and I'm happy. I'm good. You know what I mean? So like I don't. So
that's the attitude to have. Like all actors do need that. There's no like desperation reads. You know, like
it does. It really does, and it like. Sometimes I can see it in the acting sometimes too, you know what I mean? Like, especially like in my early ones where I was acting, I was like, wait, why do I sound like this? Like, but it's really, really important to just have something going on, you know, even just like a hobby. It doesn't have to be something big, but
absolutely.
Just have something going on where like, because this is a tough industry, not everyone make it. You know, you could spend your whole life and you might not even make it, and you got to be okay with that.
No, right? Absolutely.
And the quicker you're okay with it, the easier it'll get. Because that will translate in your acting. You won't sound desperate. You won't care. You won't take it personal if you don't get it. So, and that will just make it so that like you, in my eyes, you'll sound more natural. Like you'll be more free because you're not thinking about it. You're like, you don't care if I get it or not.
Yeah, and it goes back to the whole love what you do. You know, if you don't love the industry, if you don't love being an actor and everything that goes with it, and discovering characters and doing the work, then it's gonna drive you crazy. After a while. So you have to love what you do, and you have to keep pushing forward. It's
absolutely.
I think and the self-tape thing, you have to take advantage of it. I mean, I kind of enjoy it too as an agent. You know, back in the day, I had no idea what my client was doing in the room. You know, I'd believe.
Now you do.
Now I see the work. I watch every single tape, and so I can see the work that they're doing, and it even allows me. I've seen enough now. I'm not an acting coach at all, but I've seen enough, and I understand.
You can tell
scripts and everything else that I can give. I think pretty good feedback. If I think something's been missed, then I can give some feedback and see if they want to give it another go. And so there's a little bit more control there that we can sort of play around with. But I love the work. I love seeing the work. So
100%,
I enjoy it.
And I mean, it's really well said. I mean, you don't have to be an acting coach to see like if something looks real or not. You can just sense it. Like, as human beings, we know when something like is real.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And you can sense when it's fake, when it's pushed. You can sense it. Like you're like, right? So, and it's, and I think you're right. Like it's just, there's nothing more important than being able to see your client's tape and be like, okay, hey man, that was good. I think maybe you want to just dial it back a little bit, or maybe raise the stakes or whatever. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like just give them some feedback. Because very often, like it's very unfortunate, and I wish it was different, but we don't get feedback from casting.
No.
Very little. I mean, you would start the tape. You don't even know if it's good. Like, you may have thought that this was the tape of your life, you know, but you will never know.
Like I see a lot of great tapes too. Like it is, it can be a little disheartening at times.
It is.
I see a lot of great work going off to casting that don't, we hear nothing, not even a callback, nothing. And I can be shocked. And I mean,
and you've seen the tips yourself, like, I would cast him, like, right? So
absolutely, like a lot of people could fit the bill, but obviously, again, there's just a little look that they're going for, or
too much things, man. The looks, the voice, Sometimes what they eat in the morning, it's not sitting well in their stomach, and they're having a bad day, and they're like, you know what? Oh man, why did you have to eat a burger in the scene? The burger they ate in the morning,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like it's just something that a choice that you may have made that.
Absolutely.
That was irritating to the casting.
You remind them of someone that pissed them off earlier in the day or something, and it's like, I hate that guy. You do. You just never know. I always say to my clients, I'm like, there's every reason under the sun that you're not going to get the role. Like, there's so many reasons. But again, if you're right, you're right. And again, do the work. That's the biggest thing. If you do a great audition tape,
absolutely,
then it's going to get noticed. And even if you don't get that role, then they're going to keep you in mind for something else.
They're going to keep you in mind. If anything, you're going to leave a good impression. You're going to keep on doing. You're going to keep on auditioning. Now, I think I'm okay with any reasons except like for the acting. Like, I mean, that's on me, right? But like, look, if I don't get casted because of the looks, because I'm too short, that's my skin color or whatever, that's okay. I'll take it because I can't control that. But listen, this is who I am. That's my height. That's my skin color. That's my face. Like I can't do anything.
Not much you can do about that.
Yeah, but you control your acting, and that's on you, right? Like being natural, make sure that you look authentic, you're raw, that you're able to, open up your instruments and, reach these emotional places when they are being called for. That's on you. Right? So like, that's on you that if you can't get there, well, it doesn't matter how much your agent pushes you.
Well,
like, it's
no,
just,
absolutely.
It's just, yeah.
And to be able to do it on set, and that's the other downside of self-tape that we've seen, I think, is that casting might see a fantastic tape, and the director and producer might think it's fantastic tape, and a lot of times there's no callbacks these days either. They're just hiring straight off that original tape.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
And so, they'll hire you, and then that actor gets to set, and maybe they're new, and they freak out, and maybe then they can't deliver what they did on that tape. They can't then deliver it on set with all these people around them and everything else. And then, and unfortunately, that has happened since the self-tape revolution has sort of happened. Is that a lot of actors then get to set, and some of them have, some of those roles have to be recast.
Wow, because the actor couldn't deliver on the day
because they can't deliver that emotional scene on set that they did on the tape or whatever it may be.
Right.
So it happens, unfortunately. Some actors might get fired and recast. And
I mean, it must be like a very, obviously. I mean, like, it's just, I can't even imagine how the actor must feel knowing that they got recast it because they're gonna deliver. I mean, like, it also like affects you as an actor because now that like if they were to see you again, like, okay, this guy is not ready.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean. So it kind of affects. This is what I mean. Like, it's, you got to be able to deliver. Like, I mean, doing it in a self tape, like, that's so true, man. It's just, if you're doing an emotional scene, it's very easy to make it look good in self tape because you've got infinite takes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, you're like, okay, I'll use the trigger, I get emotional, and boom, I'm gonna get there. But then you come on set and then you need to get there, but then, like, if you don't have these tools, or like if your instrument is not open, you can't get there. Well,
it's true.
Yeah, the director is not gonna be like, hey man, like, no.
Yeah, we'll give you some time to figure it out.
No, not gonna happen. No, hell no.
It's the end of that. Yeah, I think that's where again training comes in. Theater, I love actors who do theater. Yeah, because
practicing. There's only one way to get better. It's just to keep on doing it until you fucking figure it out. Absolutely. Man. You know what I mean? Practice. It's just something I always see it, even listening to a lot of the great actors talk and everything else. It seems to be the common thing that I see or hear about is that do it so much, do the work so much that when it's time to actually deliver, it's just so ingrained in you that you then have to just let it all go. Yeah, you really do. You can't go to set and I think as an actor be like, right, I'm just going to do this, and this. Yeah, you have to like understand who your character is. You have to know what your lines are. And then you just let it all go. Be trust yourself, 100% in the moment. Yeah. Because every moment's different and it has to be authentic. Otherwise, it's going to read as fake. Correct. Absolutely.
To throw it away.
No, 100%. And I think you said it really well. Just, practice. Go to acting school, go to class. Even like, honestly, that's like, even like watching movies, watching shows, really like replaying the scene, like looking at other actors, like professionals, how do they get there? Like sometimes you can just see like, like look at the breathing and look at the, like, try to like learn from other actors. Like, some of this is something that can be learned. Obviously it's easier said than done, but it obviously can be learned.
Absolutely.
The tool is just that you gotta, man, it's like going to the gym, you know what I mean? Like, it's like picking up a new instrument, a new sport. You're not gonna, I don't play guitar. Like, I don't expect myself to be good, but if I were to like, play it for a week, I can guarantee you that I'll be better than today.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know how much better I'm going to be, but I'll definitely be better than today because I'm going to have picked up a thing or two.
Might not be able to play too much Led Zeppelin, but it's,
yeah.
Do some Coldplay maybe.
Coldplay. I love guitar, man. I'll play some guitar sometime. But again, and I think there's this, I guess, like stereotype or maybe this idea that like, oh, emotions is something out of my control. Well, I mean, it's only the case if you believe that, if you make it out to be, right? Like if you convince yourself that like, no, I can control it. I can be in touch with my emotion. I can have my instruments really open to the point where I know where I'm standing, right? Like where I am. And then I could navigate that and I can get where I want to get on command, on demand. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, and that just comes again from training, I think, doesn't it? Like practice, training. Yeah. Whether it's training, even a lot of acting training is literally to sort of break down a lot of barriers so that you can access emotions quickly.
Absolutely. 100%.
Being vulnerable. So it's being trained. Training is a lot. Doing
100%.
theater, I think, is great, and
100%.
and just ultimately doing the work.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to go back to, not go back, but just kind of just straight go to that. But I guess like when you are looking to get a new client on your roster, right? What exactly? Because obviously, like you have all this knowledge now, this experience, so you've seen a lot of actors. I guess like now, what are your go-to, I guess, like criterias, or is there like something you're looking for when signing someone on? What are you looking at when someone submits themselves, their headshots? Do you need to see them in person? Do you need that like face-to-face interaction to see what they're like? Do you need to see their acting in person, or like a demo reel is enough to cast them off of that? So like, how do you sign someone on? What are you looking for?
Good question. I mean, it's, maybe not dissimilar to how I was right back in the day, but with all the added knowledge and just experience that I've since gained, I think I've refined my eye a little bit of what is a good actor. I mean, but again, it's all subjective. But at the end of the day, it's the work. I'd say it's the work that they do. Again, does the work make me feel something? Is the work impactful to me if I'm seeing a scene? Is it believable? Is a big one. Especially for young actors coming through, they might be able to cry. It's funny. It's a very common thing where if I see like a new actor's submission, and we get submissions every day.
Right.
But if it's a new actor in particular, it tends to be like, I can almost put money on the scene is going to be something where they break down and they have to cry in the scene.
Right. Because they feel like they have to do it,
They
right?
feel like they have to showcase, that's it, I'm an actor if I can just cry and be really angsty. But it's not the case.
Yeah.
And sometimes, having like a subtle tear kind of drop is far more effective than someone just bawling their eyes out.
Yeah. But also like, just like sometimes the energy, like it's like, even if no tears are flowing, it's just, if we can sense that you're there, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, and you're like, this means to you, and like there's intentions behind the lines, and like, like we see it in your voice, and your voice breaks, but the tears are not quite there, but it's fine.
Absolutely.
But like, if we can feel in your voice and your body and your face, like that's fine. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's also being emotional
it's
too.
Still being emotional. It's still being authentic.
Yeah.
So I'd say, the work is the big one.
Yeah.
But obviously it is a visual medium as well. So I think I've certainly, something I've learned a lot more is understanding what casting possibly are looking for.
Right.
And again, and that differs on the network, on the type of show it is, what kind of character it is. There's so many different factors involved, but I do get a better sense when I read the breakdown before I submit a client. If I'm reading the breakdown, I have a pretty decent idea now. And who knows? I might be totally wrong.
Right.
I'm not the casting director.
Right.
But I get a pretty good sense of what I think they're looking for.
Right.
And so there has to be a look involved.
Right.
Whether it's a leading guy, or the best friend, or this guy, or this girl. Or,
right.
There's sometimes certain looks that are unfortunately a little stereotyped still. Look is something we go for. The work itself is the most important thing.
Right.
And I'd say also, again, just getting a sense of, and I usually will meet someone in person for sure. If before signing them on, I'll meet them in person.
Always in person, right? It's always good.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll do an initial Zoom or
right.
or back and forth on email just to set something up. But usually I'll meet them in person.
Right.
Just to get a sense of who they are, what kind of energy. I think
for
sure casting directors, but also directors.
Yeah.
They're all quite sensitive people as well. They go on feel and this and that. So I've kind of learned that as well. Does someone make you feel better in their presence or not? Right. Are they carrying a lot of baggage that is gonna sort of people are gonna pick up on?
Yeah.
So things I'll definitely meet in person, and I think just getting a sense of dedication is a really important one too. It's nothing's easy in this biz, and it's you have to think of the long game. You have to really sort of look at, this is going to take some time. It's going to be hustle,
right?
And you have to just keep chipping away over a period of years.
Usually, absolutely.
And that's just to sort of start making a name for yourself, not even getting to the top. That's going to take 20, 30 years maybe. Yeah,
love that. Love it. So obviously, just like if we were to just summarize this real quick, obviously dedication. Obviously, have some, some well-taken headshots. Don't just like take it with your phone and just send them off. Like, make sure it's well lit and,
Absolutely.
All that good stuff. As far as for demo reel, like if someone doesn't have a demo reel, would you consider them or?
It would be hard.
You would need to see like, some sort of footage.
Absolutely, I would need some kind of footage.
Some kind of footage. Right?
I mean, if it's young, and I'm kind of lucky too. I've been doing it enough. I don't have too many kind of new clients.
Right.
Like, I mean, or like fresh clients, I should say. Like,
right.
you know, actors who don't have any mainstream credits. I maybe have a couple.
Right.
A lot of my clients I've developed or they've
nurtured.
Come over to me, I've nurtured. And we've kind of grown together, or other actors have come over to me who they're already established, they have a good resume and a good mainstream demo.
Yeah.
But if they are new, then absolutely you do need something, I think, to be able to show.
And it doesn't have to be like anything crazy, right? Like, let's say I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but just like shooting like a scene audition style, like with a reader off camera, something that just showcases that, hey, I can do this. Like, I'm good.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, you know, your coverage, my coverage, like, you know, film style, whatever.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be at all. Just to get a sense of the work, not at all.
Yeah.
It gets a little different with, you know, every time we upload an audition tape to casting, they will always say upload a demo if there is one.
Yeah. Yes, we see this in the breakdown a lot
and
too,
we see
right?
it they'll list it on there. So, you know, like, and quite often they will say, we don't want to see class work. We don't want to see just like a scene. Like, they want to see
professional
work,
stuff,
professional work.
Yeah.
So that's where, I mean, again, it's not a big deal if it's someone who's breaking through.
Yeah.
Then as long as I know they can do the work, then I can still get behind them.
Right.
So like, I would probably still have to see something on tape for sure.
Yeah.
But even if it's me sending them, if they have nothing else, I'll find them a good scene.
Yeah.
Send them a scene, say, put that on tape.
Absolutely. And I think I want to add on that a little bit. You know, just because you don't actually get or hear back from the agency, because sometimes we don't hear back, doesn't mean that you're not a good actor, okay? Sometimes it could be, you know, maybe the agent already has someone who's your look. It could be something that, you know, maybe there's something you're missing, or you know what I mean. So like, I think it's important not to take it personal. It does not mean that you're a bad actor just because you're not a fit for that agency. Does not mean you're not a fit for another one, right? So that not should like shy you away from like submitting for other agencies. This is kind of the bottom line, right? So like, it's just you wanna keep on doing this. Now, obviously, like I feel like you know it in your bones if your acting is where it needs to be or not, right? Like, I feel like when I started, obviously, like I was a beginner, I knew like I was pushing, like I didn't know what I was doing, but eventually, like when you keep on doing this for like many years, like you feel it in your body that like, okay, like now I'm not in my head, I'm in the moment, I'm listening, I'm reacting off of my partner, right? So like, this is kind of where you want to be as an actor, right? And it's okay if you're not there in the beginning, right? It's totally fine. I mean, like, it's like you go to the gym for the first day, like, you know, you're not going to be benching 200 pounds like right off the bat. It's not going to happen, right? But eventually, if that's your goal, you'll get there. Even though it may seem like hard, it's an impossible at first. You'll get there if you keep on, you know, working slowly and like increasing the weight every week and whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's important not to take it personal, and just to make sure that you're working on your acting, make sure that you look as realistic, as natural, as in the moment as possible. And yeah, people will notice that. Look, I mean, if you feel it in your bones that you are a good actor, then you probably are, and people will feel it. So that should not shy you away from like trying other agents.
Yeah, no, not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
It's timing, and timing is everything in life and in this industry. And even you might be a genuinely a fantastic actor, but even then you could throw out 100 tapes and you don't get anything back. But again, it's just things that are outside of your control.
Absolutely.
There's again a certain look they're going for, or this actor they're bringing up from the States, which we do get quite a bit here. So you can't take, as you said, you can't take anything personally. As an actor, you just have to do the work, believe in the work, believe in yourself. Keep chipping away at it, because there are some, so many stories out there who now we consider great actors, some of the greats, who couldn't get a break for the longest time.
That's crazy.
Even, I think it was Jack Nicholson, I think even his own agent
really, Jack Nicholson
at one point.
That's crazy.
When he was starting out.
What an advice.
Yeah, his own agent was like, Jack, it's not working. You should
leave. I think I have a funny story about Ryan Reynolds. I don't know if you've heard that one, but I did meet at some point with the first agent of Ryan Reynolds when I was in LA at some point, just, doing some connections and, doing some classes and workshops and stuff like that, working on the craft. So I did meet eventually the first agent of Ryan Reynolds, because he just came and, gave us like a speech or whatever. I don't know if you know this, but I had no idea. This is so funny. But Ryan Reynolds, okay, and, Ryan Reynolds is like one of the most successful Canadian actors of all time, alongside Seth Rogen, Ryan Gosling, and all the other guys. But Ryan Reynolds did not see results for a very long time, okay? And I learned through his first agent that the reason why he was not booking was not because he was a bad actor. He was a great actor, right? But it's just that he was getting submitted for these roles that he was too good looking for.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's literally what he said. Like, I'm not quoting. Like, this is what he said. And Ryan Reynolds did not see results, and I guess he must have taken it personal. Like, wait, what? I thought it was pretty good. But I mean, if you're getting sent for the wrong roles because you're too good looking, I mean, that's a great first of all, that's a great problem to have.
It's a tough life.
That's a great problem to have.
Life.
If you're too good looking for the role, that means that's good. You're doing good. Like, it's just the acting is great. It's something you're not looking wise. You're not a good fit. That's all.
You could do a bit of modeling while the acting's taken off.
Yeah, I guess I should dirty myself up. I guess I should have messed myself up in my face, but. It's a funny little thing, but
it's true. A lot of them, a lot of the great actors, it took them many years to break through.
Yeah,
and there's always a little bit of luck involved. And as we said, it's timing. Timing is everything.
And it's never too late, actually, when I think about it. Morgan Freeman
absolutely
did not get, his break until he was 55?
Something like that on film. Yeah, I think he was.
And now he's in every single movie we watch.
Absolutely. Yeah. He was theater. I think he was big in theater.
Yeah.
But his film and TV. I think his first big breakout. I think was
50 something.
It was it. Yeah, he was around 50 or so. He was Robin Hood. He was that Kevin Costner Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. Yeah. That might have been it. Yeah.
I think it was the first time I ever saw him. But now look at it. You're right.
So you're never too old. You're never too young. You're never too whatever to act.
Yeah. Timing is everything. I do say one of my favorite sayings in this industry, and I think it came from one of the old studio heads from the 60s or something. I was watching a documentary, and he probably got it from somewhere else.
Right.
But I think it was, there's no such thing as luck. Like, luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
Oh, I love that.
And it's been one of my favorite quotes in this industry, and certainly for actors and for clients, because
I steal that one.
Please do spread the word, because it's so true. Like, you have to be always prepared as an actor, because you never know when that opportunity is going to come. And in this industry, the opportunity is going to keep coming. Like, everything's cyclical in this business. It's going to keep coming and coming. If you didn't book that one role, the timing wasn't there. But be ready, prepared, because it's going to come back around again, and you'll get another shot at something else. So you have to be prepared.
I agree, and I think it's a good question to ask ourselves. If you're wondering if you're doing this for the right reasons or not, ask yourself, are you okay with never booking anything? If the answer is yes, you're probably in for the right reasons, right? Because you're doing it for the love of it. You're not doing it because you want to prove something, or you want to whatever, you know what I mean? You're doing it out of love, and we talked about that. You got to love it to keep on doing it, or else you're gonna take it personal. You're gonna you're gonna sound unauthentic. It's I think if you ask yourself hey, are you okay with not ever booking anything, and the answer is yes, then you're probably there for the right reasons. Now, that being said, okay, obviously if you keep on doing this, look, I'm a firm believer, if you keep on doing it over and over and over, eventually something will happen. Someone will notice you.
Sure.
You will get your break. There's no way that you just keep on acting and auditioning and giving your 100% and no one notices you. I feel
absolutely,
I 100% believe that someone will literally give you your chance at some point. It might take I don't know, 1 year, 6 months, 10 years, 20 years, I don't know. But
that's true. I believe that 100% too. You'll be discovered if you're there for the right reasons.
Your time will come.
Your time will come. I think, wasn't it Van Diesel? I think, didn't Spielberg discover him off some, I'm not sure what it was, a little short film he'd done. He'd done something. He'd done a little short film or something had happened, and I think Spielberg came around it and saw it and just said, that's the guy I want to cast, and I think cast him in the big war movie that he did there with Tom Hanks.
Was it the big war movie? Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember the name. It'll come back to me. But he did. We'll
find it. We'll find it later.
Insert a caption under this at some point. We'll find it.
We'll find it.
Saving Private Ryan.
Oh yes, yeah. So was Vin Diesel in that?
I believe so. Yeah, he wasn't a lead, but I think he was one of the soldiers in there.
Oh, and fuck, you might be right. Yeah,
he had a pretty decent part, and
that's crazy. Saving Private Ryan. It's an iconic movie.
Yeah, great movie.
So good. Yeah, so touching too. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So the only time that this would not work is that if you really do give up and not follow through. So now that being said, I just want to go back to because I feel like we haven't really answered that one, but the industry as a whole, like, do you feel like it's kind of like grown, like, or is it better now? Like, is it a better time to get into acting now than it's ever been, or
I'm not sure.
or is it too late?
No, never too late. And I mean, first off, I'll say I think we're going to have a great year, which is fantastic. You know, the past 5 years
Yeah.
have been tough on all of us in the industry.
Yeah.
COVID hit, and obviously, you know, that was tough for everyone.
Yeah, it was really bad.
But,
Yeah.
you know, our industry completely got shut down. Our industry just started finding its feet a little bit post-COVID, and then we were hit with these Hollywood strikes a couple of years ago, year and
It's
a half
been
ago.
like really slow lately as well.
And well, last year, you know, myself included, I naively thought that last year was going to be the big rebound year post Hollywood strikes. I'm like,
Right.
okay, the strikes have happened.
Yeah,
This year,
we're
well,
over
this
it,
was
yeah.
last year. I thought that year was going to be the big rebound year. We would be super busy, and
Right.
it never happened.
It never happened.
But then looking back, there were reasons behind that. It was, you know, post strikes, the studios realized they had to cut a bunch of budgets and departments.
Right.
Last year was a huge budget crunching year for the studios, and
Right.
that had a big trickle down effect.
Right.
And you know, we're still seeing some of that now, but that was really the big thing last year. They were saying, okay, we're not greenlighting much. We are literally just figuring out our own home. We're tidying up our own home.
Right.
We're slashing budgets, departments, and they were pretty cutthroat. Even the top agencies as well, like, you know, the CAAs and William Morris's,
The big ones, yeah.
they cut a bunch of agents and a bunch of clients,
Yeah.
and that had a trickle down effect.
Yeah.
And so that's at the end of the day, looking back, that's what was going on last year. So finally,
Yeah.
you know, it does seem like, knock on wood,
Yeah.
it does seem like this is a good year. Like, I'm seeing
Hopefully.
lots of stuff coming.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. I heard like June is going to be a good month from what I heard.
Yeah, second half of this year.
I heard like June is
we're
going to be
gonna
good.
busy.
There's going to be a lot of things being
Shooting.
back dumped here, for shooting. So
we're
yeah, I
seeing
mean,
it. We're
hopefully
seeing the
we'll be good.
scripts at the moment. This is always a sign. Like, we're seeing a lot of scripts, a lot of pilot
That's a
shows
good sign. Yeah.
that we're starting to cast now, but they won't be shooting until the second half of the year.
Yeah.
But some great shows too. I'm excited. We've got some really good looking shows going to be
Love
shooting
it.
in Vancouver, Toronto as well.
Amazing. Yeah. No, it's like we're definitely going to be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
It's been a very slow start of the year, but we're you know, we're hopeful, and you know, we got to hang in there. And again, it's an opportunity, you know, just get in class and you know, stay sharp and you know, work out your muscles on your acting muscles.
Absolutely.
I want to talk about the American industry for a bit. So I guess, like, obviously, you know, we get a lot of American productions that get shot here. Now, do you think that if we need one, and if we do, then when? Do we need some sort of like American representation to get like these bigger roles that Americans do, like, you know, like 1, 2, 3 on the call sheet? Or is it possible for Canadians, or at least for people here, to get like roles of this caliber? Or are we going to be just stuck with, you know, filling in the little,
Right.
you know what I mean, fillers, right? So how important is getting like LA representation, or even a manager, honestly? Yeah, so.
Good question. I mean, I'd say it helps.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, it can help, but I wouldn't say it's everything. It's not 100% necessity that you must have LA representation in order to be seen or considered or even book one of the leads on a TV show.
Right.
I mean, I've had clients who don't have LA rep book a series regular on something.
Right.
So you just have to be right for the role, and you have to be a good actor, and you have to.
Right. So even leads, even we can still get leads as well. Yeah.
Absolutely, it's possible.
Right.
Saying that, it is quite often more likely, and historically, we do see most of the leads getting cast out of LA or England.
That's what the trend looks like. Yeah.
It's the trend.
Yeah.
Again, or even a lot of, you know, usually the series regulars, they're willing to look kind of anywhere just to find the right role.
Right.
So that is part of the problem too. Like, you know, the smaller roles, sure, they're going to cast locally.
Yeah.
So you have for sure, you've got a good chance of booking one of those roles.
Yeah.
And even the guest stars,
Yep.
some of the guest stars, they'll still bring up from the States.
Yeah.
But even a good guest star or a
definitely possible up
juicy
here.
principal role, very possible. Most likely they're going to be trying to cast locally to save on the tax credits and everything.
Absolutely.
But even the series regulars, you can book. But let's say those series regs, they're then willing to find the right role or the right actor from almost anywhere in the world. So that's one of the problems too. You know, they're not just looking and hiring out of LA. They're
Anywhere,
looking.
Yeah.
Australia's pumping out a lot of
Become
good
stuffer
actors.
now.
England's pumping out a lot of good actors.
Yeah.
So it becomes harder.
Yeah, because the competition is
The
huge.
competition then is pretty vast, but
Yeah,
it's still doable. It happens. Having I love having a team, especially if an actor is getting to a point in their career they're proving themselves that they
Right.
can book the larger roles, and
Right.
they're in demand and casting love them, and
Right.
if they have a lot of more potential and things that they can give, then absolutely we're then looking to try and set them up with an agent or a manager in
Right.
LA.
And that would be beneficial. I mean, I guess like do you think it's, I mean, I get this question a lot, like, managers versus like talent agents, and like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
Do you think it's more important for us to get like a manager down there, or like some sort of like representation, more of an agency?
It's a great question, because it really depends, I think, on the individual,
Right.
on who is the agent, who is the manager.
Right.
Because there is, back again, things have changed a little bit in the industry down there. Like back in the day, officially the agent's job in the US, the agent's job was to get the auditions, and they would negotiate the contract as well.
Right.
Whereas the LA manager or the US manager, their job was to sort of oversee things a little bit, make a phone call to some of their connections to try and push things through.
Right.
They could just oversee things, and if the agent wasn't working, they would try and place them with a different agency. They were a little bit more hands-on with the actual business side of things with the actor. But now, and they wouldn't really bring auditions. So back in the day, you'd really kind of want an agent, because they were at least going to bring auditions to the table.
Absolutely makes sense. Yeah.
Nowadays, it's really wide open. There's a lot of
Right.
shift in the biz, and a lot of there's a couple of great management firms that we have some clients with
I saw that. Yeah.
that bring just as much, if not more, auditions than some of the agents.
Right.
Yet the managers tend to have a little bit more of a hands-on approach than the agencies. A lot of the agencies
Interesting.
can be a little bit of a numbers game thing,
Right. Right.
whereas the managers
So
tend to
what can the managers do that the agents can't?
they can't negotiate.
They can't negotiate.
No,
Okay. Interesting.
they're not supposed to do the actual negotiating themselves, which is why then some actors might just have, if they love their manager in LA, they might have, and they're bringing good auditions and doing their thing and helping them get a good role, they will then go and get an attorney. And so that's why in LA you get a lot of entertainment attorneys and lawyers that they
Interesting,
bring them on purely to negotiate the contracts.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
But then obviously it's another slice of the pie
Yeah.
coming out for the actor. But again, it can be useful. A lot of I have a couple of clients that we have attorneys on board now as well, just purely to focus on the
Negotiations. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. It's a question that I get asked a lot sometimes, where I'm like, hey, like, do I need LA representation? Do I need a manager? Do I need that? Do I need this? Well, I'm like, honestly, like, whatever you think you need is probably what you need. Like, you honestly don't need anything to start. You don't even need an agent to start acting, really. Like, you just need to put yourself out there and start, doing it.
Yeah, do the work, focus on the work, and then the team. If you're a good actor and the work is speaking for itself.
And eventually, like, a lot of them do reach out. Like, I have like a couple buddies who've made it. Like, they've had some, recurring or serious reg on some shows, and they've gotten noticed. And people, managers like reached out to them, to the agents, like, hey, is your client repped by anyone in LA? Because I'd love to,
Absolutely.
And it happens, right? So sometimes you don't have to do anything. It's time you have to keep on doing it, and you will get noticed. Like,
that's best case scenario. I love it when we have someone coming to us.
Yeah.
Instead of
great.
us, normally we're going knocking on doors. Hey, I've got this great actor. We want to bring on LA representation. Are you interested? Like, that's usually the route.
Yeah.
But quite often, well, not quite often, but sometimes the best way is that they'll come to us, and that's always nice.
That's great. Yeah, because they want you. Like, they're already sold. You don't have to do anything.
Exactly.
It's very little work. Yeah. Just have to say yes. Love it.
Yeah, but I mean, the big thing too with getting an agent or a manager that I've seen is you should have papers for the States too. You don't have to.
That's kind of the big deal. Yeah.
But a lot of agents and managers down there, it's certainly more attractive to them if
you have some sort of like work visa or something. Yeah.
Visa or
because they don't want to have to go through the trouble of like getting you one.
And they can and they do.
They will
if they love you enough. They can sponsor.
Yeah.
They can help in that regard, which some of them do. Maybe the managers, but the agencies can too.
Yeah, I mean they're more likely to do it if they reach out to you, right? Because they want you. And then if you tell them like, hey, yes, I'm in, but I can't work in the States. Like, oh yeah, don't worry, we'll cover it.
Yeah, that could be part of the negotiation. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, we've got multiple people wanting this client.
Yeah.
But hey, we're willing to come with you if you can sponsor and help them get there.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, that's definitely the best case scenario to be in.
Yeah, and it is nice as an agent here. Like, I work as an agent and a manager. In Canada, there's no real such distinction.
Right.
We are licensed as a talent agency, so I guess officially we're agents. But some people do just work as agents, and again, it's a numbers game. Just get people out,
absolutely,
get gigs, make some money.
Absolutely.
But one of the reasons I set up Webster Talent back in the day was that I always felt that I could add a little added element of that, which was more of a managerial approach of just keeping the numbers small. I have a very small roster.
Yep. I noticed that. I like it.
Yeah.
Nice and tight.
Really tight. Yep. I really love my clients. I get to know them. I get to know their work.
Yep.
So I can really get behind them properly and
support them. Yeah, absolutely. It's very inspiring and very good to see for sure. I want to talk about the Oscar party because that's actually how I met Andrew. Lovely guy, and we had I did come to the first one that you guys started, but we didn't really talk. I think you were too busy mingling.
Possibly, a lot of talking. I think I lost my voice after both those Oscar parties. It's a lot.
By the time I came to approach, he was like, "Hi, my name is Andrew." He has no voice left. But yeah, no, we did get to speak this year because I was like, okay, perfect. Like I found a little window where you were not talking. I was like, all right, dude, I need to talk to you.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, I mean, what a great way to, just really bring people together and have some fun in these hard times. And again, just like what a great way to really bring people together for Oscars. Because I usually sit, just watch it from home.
Right.
If anything, I know they have something going on in the Rio that people go to, but it's not the same thing. You're sitting in a theater and you're watching it. Like you can't really mingle. Right. But that was nice. It was like
I'm glad you came.
No, thanks for having us, man. That was really good. Especially this year too. I felt like it was a step up from last year with the food and the catering and the drinks and the photo booth and it was amazing, honestly. Like that's very, like we need more of that in the city.
No, I agree. Yeah. And I think that's how it was born, really, was again, agencies tend to have Christmas parties. It's like a very traditional thing.
Yes,
agencies will have a Christmas party.
Yeah.
It's such a busy time of year. And I've had some great Christmas parties over the years.
People are busy. Yeah.
But people are busy. Everyone else is doing a Christmas party. Yeah. People can be sick at that time of year too. The weather's pretty crappy around here.
I agree.
And so I had that little epiphany of, I want to continue doing a yearly agency party, but why not shift it? Yeah. Do it around a time when no one else is doing it, and the Oscars makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. Yeah. Last year was the first one.
Yep.
And it went very well. And I had such a good time.
Really good. Yeah.
And so this was just year 2. So I think each year there's going to be a yearly, the Webster Talent yearly party. But as you said, it's not just for clients either. It's for
the people
in the industry.
Yeah,
anyone,
for the industry.
Like actors. We had other agents with there. Some producers, directors. Just for people to come connect with each other. And who knows what could come out of it? Make some connections.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's a good creative buzz there.
Look at that.
We're doing this.
Because something good came out of it for sure.
Indeed.
But no, I did meet a lot of people in there. Thanks to that. Thanks to you. Good. So thanks for you and the whole team for organizing it. That was really, really good.
Yeah.
Because I remember the one of the closest thing we had, that was a couple of years back before COVID. I don't know if you saw those, but they used to have these monologue slams. Or these events where people go, there was a panel of judges. Usually it was either acting coaches, casting directors, or talent agents, and you had people come on stage and perform a monologue for them, and you would get kind of a redirect from the judges.
Okay.
You're like, all right, I like that. I like what you did there. All right, we're gonna, I guess, shorts list your monologue, and then they would narrow it down to the best. I don't know if they get 20 monologues, they would narrow it down to the best 5, and then the best 5 would get a chance to go again, but with a direction from one of the judges. Nice. But that was a nice event because people came, and there was a lot of people just came together, and
social.
It wasn't as festive. It was more I'm came to watch a show, a monologue, but it was fun because that was the closest thing I've seen to mingling. Obviously, the Crazy 8 festivals and stuff like that.
Crazy 8s were good.
These are great too. But that was really fun. The Oscars really got me too good. So
no, I'm happy to hear that. That was the plan. Because as you said, we don't have enough
Yeah.
of that really in Vancouver, I feel like.
Absolutely.
There's been little pockets here and there.
Yep.
Maureen Webb, the casting director, used to host a wonderful evening.
Yep.
Now and again, like once a month, she would put on a social,
Right.
just for the industry people just to come and socialize and get to know each other and make connections.
Yep.
That's how our business is built. Is it's team play. You can't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
It's all about building a team, and so she did a wonderful job with that. I don't think that happens anymore. And LA is huge. There's every week in Los Angeles. There's something going on.
There's something, yeah.
And
It's
so,
just it's massive. I love it.
Yeah, that was part of it. Really, just have the agency party, but have other people come and just
Connect,
just
talk with your peers, have a good time, watch the Oscars with everyone. It's fun.
Absolutely, have a couple of cocktails.
Yes, have some drinks.
You can get some photo ops too. Every actor.
It's amazing. Yeah, what a great event.
Stuff, so we have the
what a
photo
great
booth.
event. What a great event.
Yeah,
highly recommend it if anyone hasn't gone to that. Webster Talent Oscar party every year.
Yeah,
it's like a
on the
yearly thing.
Oscars.
So
yeah, it should be a yearly event. Yeah.
love it. All right, dude. So before we wrap this up, is there anything you want to share with us as far as like goals, maybe some things that that are happening soon that you might want to let us know, or anything you're working on? Really, doesn't matter. It could be anything.
Yeah, sure. What have I got going on? I mean, I am looking at doing possibly a little producing.
Oh, really? I love that.
Yeah, something we can do up here again in LA. It's a little different. Agents down there aren't allowed to produce by law. It's like a conflict of interest.
Oh, really? They can't do that?
No, agencies can't. But
that's so strange.
That's right. Yeah. But agencies would kind of get around it by packaging. They would just call it packaging.
Okay.
And, the big agencies would rep the writers and the directors and the financiers and the actors. And they would sort of package stuff in-house, which is essentially producing.
Pretty much,
They would just call it packaging, and they would take a packaging fee. They're not allowed to. Yeah, they're not allowed to do that anymore. There was a law.
That's so odd.
A few laws got passed, and they're really not allowed to do that. But managers in LA are allowed. They can produce if they want. There's no conflicts.
Interesting. Yeah.
Up here, it's pretty open. Obviously, I still love representing actors. I've done it for a long time. I've got some wonderful clients who are doing really well.
Yep.
And so just being with them on their teams and helping with that growth and being a part of that growth is a beautiful thing to me. But yeah, I've just always had an inkling to possibly help try and create some product as well. And so I have one writer. I'm not a literary agent. I thought I gave it a go a few years ago. It's just not for me. But I do love finding good material and good scripts. And so I have a handful of scripts on my slate.
Okay.
I've set up a production company over Christmas.
I love it.
It's called Gang of Weasels.
Gang of Weasels.
Gang of Weasels is that?
Gang of Weasels. Check that out, guys.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for that.
Keep an eye out for it. Hopefully we'll be
Gang of Weasels.
getting some stuff out there. So yeah, I've got some wonderful scripts that I'm just through all my connections to other producers and directors and whatnot. I'm trying to push ahead some of those projects. So that's something I'm sort of doing kind of on the side, while the whole agenting is going on. Which again, keeping me busy.
Love it.
So yeah, have that really going on. Otherwise, I just, as a thing, as a message, really, just something to put out there. Is just, we've touched on this a few times now. It's just keep going.
Yeah.
Do the work, be passionate about what you do, love what you do, and good things are going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough times, but things will get settled and we'll get,
it's honestly, it's going to be busy. I swear, like the second half of this year, and I think next
it's going to be
year,
good.
We're going to get pretty slammed. There's going to be a lot of good shows shooting locally, so there should be plenty of auditions, plenty of opportunity.
Absolutely.
So now's the time to be ready, as we said.
Time to sharpen your skills, get ready, warm up those muscles, and things are about to get real in the second half, aren't they?
Oh yeah, I believe it. It looks like it, and some really good quality material too, which I'm happy to see.
Nice. Can't wait, man. Can't wait. What a blessing to have you on the show, man.
Oh, thank you.
Such an honor, man. Like I think we learned so much, got to know you more as a person as well. Hopefully we inspired some people who are watching and listening too.
Sure, I hope so.
But honestly, man, thank you so much for taking from your busy time to come and, share with us. I know you live in Squamish. Like, honestly, it means a lot for you to just come here and, spend some time with us.
Yeah.
Really means a lot. But the great, inspiring Andrew Webster, everyone.
Thank you so much.
A big round of applause. But yes, we'll see you guys in the next video, next episode. Make sure to subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode and stay safe and keep working.